What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Trash or Trend with me. This is the channel where we review products together to elevate our well-being. But today we're going to do something a little bit different. All of my products in the past have been a trend, and no, I'm not getting paid to tell you my opinion yet. I mean, I'm only getting like 2 views per video. Aww. But I want to switch it up and talk about some of the trashy things in our food. So today we're going to be going over 3 major shitty chemicals that are in our everyday food, down to ketchup all the way to ramen. I just want to share the information with my health conscious folks who are looking to live a better life, because what we put in our body really does have a butterfly effect in our actions, behaviors, thoughts, and what we do. I did my best to find the correct information about all these chemicals, but if I get something wrong, clock me. Let's get started. First one is high fructose corn syrup. It's known to contribute towards obesity, diabetes, heart disease, and fatty liver. Foods that contain HFCs are soda, processed foods like chips, cookies, breakfast cereals, condiments, baked goods, and the list goes on. In Europe, HFCs is less common due to its high cost and their stricter regulations. The use of cane sugar and beet sugar is more preferred. In the US, why not the same? There are whispers that the rise in obesity and chronic diseases associated with HFCs serves to keep the population in a state of poor health, thereby increasing the reliance on pharmaceuticals and the healthcare industry. Keeping people sick could be seen as an economic strategy, as it fuels profits in both the agricultural and healthcare sectors. So basically, your pain is money. Second chemical on the list to be on the lookout for is BPAs. They've been linked to cancer, birth defects, reproductive problems, and brain development issues in children. BPAs don't directly get added to our food, but it leaches onto it over time. BPAs are used in plastic and resin coatings inside of food containers like cans, plastic bottles, food packaging. Over time, the BPA can migrate from the packaging into our food or drink inside, causing a potential hazard. Foods that contain BPA are canned foods, plastic containers, plastic lids, can liners, and soda. Processed foods packaged in plastic like ready-to-go meals. So pretty much a lot of the stuff that everyday Americans eat. In Canada, it's recognized as a toxic substance and is banned in baby bottles, and they're working to reduce its use in food packaging. I like to bring up other countries because other countries are starting to realize this isn't good for our people. So it just kind of makes me wonder why America is different. So if you can, stay away from BPAs. The third chemical are MSGs. They can cause headaches, nausea, chest pain, and overconsumption might also lead to brain damage, obesity, and neurodegeneration. Foods that contain MSGs are processed snacks, chips, pretzels, instant noodles like ramen, seasoning, bouillon cubes, spices, mixes, fast food, fried chicken, burgers, fries, canned soup, basically my whole fucking diet. The chemical was discovered in 1908 by a Japanese scientist to enhance the umami flavor in food. It became widespread in the US in the 1950s as a flavor enhancer for processed foods. The FDA considers MSGs generally safe based on existing studies showing no link to harm. Despite this, many people experience negative reactions to it. Some countries like Norway have restricted its use in certain foods, but not the US. Some theorize that there's mass consumption to drive profits, suggesting that adding more MSGs to foods makes people crave more, leading overconsumption of processed foods. This habit-forming effect could be a way to drive sales while contributing to the global obesity epidemic, which fuels healthcare and pharmaceutical industries. In conclusion, the widespread of these chemicals in food isn't just about nutrition. It's about profit. Many believe that the FDA and the government regulations are slow-moving because of the economic power of companies involved, from corn producers, chemical manufacturers, and food conglomerates. These chemicals are allowed to run rampant in our food supply despite the growing evidence of the harm. Let's be honest, they serve the corporate interests more than the public health. Because who gives a fuck about us? Some conspiracy theorists even suspect that the use of these chemicals isn't just a business decision. There could be a hidden agenda. One, to control populations through health issues to create a more dependent society and keep consumers tied to both processed foods and to the pharmaceutical industry. As consumers, it's critical to stay aware of what's in our food and push for more transparency, stricter regulations, and healthier alternatives. And that's exactly why I made this channel, so we could just improve our well-being. Not gonna lie, I heard about all of this stuff and it always sounded weird, but just actually hearing the information about it makes me 10 times more conscious about what I put in my body. I know so many people who are eating their medicine like it's food, when from the beginning the food could have just been their medicine. Sad, but it's a reality we have to deal with. And I'm not a super serious person, but if this could help anybody, I'm glad it did. But yeah, that pretty much wraps up this video, you guys. Thank you for watching. It's a little bit more different than I do, but see you on the next one.